be.
I so appreciate your support.
I just love you, man, and I look forward to seeing you again. I'm not going to be a stranger.
Listen to his show. Absolutely, 95.5.
Tell me why, why can't we live together?
Shelley Winter Show live, local, topical, and relevant, my friends. Woohoo, let's get it going. It's a Friday. I have a busy weekend planned. I'm going to tell you all about that later on in the show, but I've got to start here. Woohoo, I've got, you don't want to go anywhere. I've got a Shelley Winter Show exclusive. Nobody has what I'm going to be telling you. Nobody. Now, after I tell it, it will be out there. But I have a Shelley Winter Show exclusive. But I've got to take you back to get to the exclusive, all right? Here goes. A couple days ago, there is a prominent festival. Well, let me start here. A couple years ago, Mayor of Atlanta, Mayor Andre Dickens, was running for mayor, right? In his first election. Polling at the bottom, I had endorsed Felicia Moore at that time, and I told him personally that I had nothing against him. I thought he would be a great candidate. I just known Felicia Moore longer, and I told him that. That's why I'm going with Felicia Moore. Well, he beat Felicia Moore in a runoff. But during that election, he had an open door to call into the show. I told him that. And he was on 4 times. During the general primary or during the primary. He was on 4 times. Then he was on 1 time during the runoff in which he won. And do you know, since then, now before I go with the next statement, let me say this. I think Mayor Andre Dickens has been the best mayor for the city of Atlanta since Maynard Jackson. Maynard Jackson obviously being the greatest mayor of the city of Atlanta. Now, before you throw out other names, let me tell you the reason why I say Maynard Jackson is because Maynard Jackson is the man who put in place all of the things that propelled the city of Atlanta to where it is now. So that's why I say Maynard Jackson. So anyway, Mayor Dickens, I've praised him, talked about the programs he's instituted, spoken very highly of his first term and into his second term. I spoke about the youth summer jobs program. I've spoken about all he's done. I've praised him for the way he handles very well. He handled the whole Buckhead movement, leaving the city of Atlanta. All of that. The relationship he's had with Brian Kemp, the governor, I've praised the mayor from the beginning. But the problem is he hasn't come on the show since. Not since his first campaign, I should say. Can't get him on the show. Proposed all kinds of ideas. Proposed ideas to a quarterly break state of the city of Atlanta with the mayor, right? Nothing. Send emails. Hey, can we get the mayor on for this? Hey, we'll check. Nothing. Right? So I start there. This week on a prominent radio show here in the city of Atlanta, there's an event, a big conference called InvestFest that comes to the city of Atlanta every year. I think this is their 5th or 6th year coming here. I've been to InvestFest for several years in a row. It's a great event. It's for entrepreneurs, small business owners, people who want to start a business. They have vendors. They have speakers. This year they have Serena Williams speaking, Steve Harvey speaking, and they have a bunch of different things going on for people serious about starting a business, growing their business, or whatever. Entrepreneurs, investors, all of this kind of stuff, right? So they were on this show here in the city. I can say the show, Breakfast Club, right? They're on this show, and the question came of, hey, you guys plan on staying in Atlanta? Very innocent question, nothing controversial. And so the guys basically started talking about, hey, we do, but we don't know because we've been trying to work with the city of Atlanta for years and we can't get a meeting. We can't get any help, this, that, and the other. So they went on and they kind of said, city of Atlanta's not giving them any help, but they're going to keep plowing forward. They get about 25,000. Last year, 20,000 people came. Last year, 2 years ago, 20,000 people came. Last year, about 25,000. I was there 2 years ago and last year, and those numbers are correct. I was sitting in the room. 50 Cent was the keynote or the big speaker. I know I was in a room with about 20,000 people. I could see it. So they kind of, said, hey, we don't know, but we kind of don't like the way the city of Atlanta has been treating us. So they went on to talk and everything. And I've got the sound. I want you to hear what they said. This is what they said, right? Listen to this. This is how they talked about on this radio show about the city of Atlanta.
Do you just keep it in Atlanta, kind of like how Essence just keeps it in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Like, is it just one thing that it always stays there, or do you say, you know what, we take it to another city?
Its home has been Atlanta for obviously for the 6 years. We flirted with the idea just because the lack of support that we've gotten from the city of Atlanta has been something that has been puzzling. But we come from grassroots, so we know how to build things from the ground up.
What is Atlanta not doing to make sure they're comfortable?
Atlanta's done nothing for us, and it's an unfortunate situation, but it's one of these things. I think a lot of times when you're a black entrepreneur, a lot of things are just expected, like, oh, you got it, like, you good, or and it's like if somebody else would come, like a Forbes or somebody like that, then they would roll out the red carpet and do everything. But this is good education, because it's like when you work with a city, there's a budget, and there's different things that they can do.
Subsidies, municipalities.
So they can help put up billboards. They can help be a liaison with the center. They can help with the police force. They can help with the budget. They can help with
transportation.
Rooms. They can help with rooms at hotels. They can help with so many different things.
So that's what they were saying. And so the mayor kind of commented on what they were saying. He was kind of angry because he felt like they were throwing city of Atlanta, and to a large extent, he's the leader, him under a bus. So he was at a good friend of mine, Hank Stewart's event this past week or last weekend, and he spoke about it. So here I'm saying all of this to say this. I'll get to my breaking exclusive news that only I have. So I have spoken glowingly about the mayor and his time in office, but I still can't get him on a show. So it seems to me I should go the route of these young brothers who kind of like, hey, man, we can't get anything done. Now the mayor and the city of Atlanta, they're speaking to InvestFest. They're having conversations, as they said, because they basically said, hey, man, these guys are treating us poorly. I speak glowingly about the mayor, still can't get him on the show. So maybe I should dog him, but I'm not going to do that because it wouldn't be right, because I believe he is the greatest mayor since Maynard Jackson. But if speaking glowingly doesn't get a guy on your show, but speaking ill of him or his city does, maybe I should go a different route. I don't know. But here's where this story is worth you listening to and why I brought it up and why I'm talking about it. This story has reached into the governor's race. Yes, it has. I have in front of me, let me read to you. This is a statement from gubernatorial candidate on the Republican side, Rick Jackson. Listen to what he said. The world just witnessed what was possible in Georgia when the state works with its local partners to ensure important events are able to be held safely and to the benefit of our economy. Obviously, he's talking about the World Cup and FIFA. Listen to this is the governor, this is the gubernatorial candidate, Rick Jackson, on the Republican side. Here's the rest of his statement. InvestFest has proven for 5 years to be of great benefit to not just those who attend and learn how to start or grow a business, but also to the local vendors who feed, house, and support our visitors from across the country. I would be very interested in learning how, as governor, the state would be able to work to help keep InvestFest here in Georgia. Rick Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, I told this great story from beginning to end for a couple reasons. Rick Jackson and Brian Kemp have great working relationships with the mayor of Atlanta because Atlanta is the capital. Rick Jackson, being no stranger to Atlanta and doing business in Atlanta, obviously knows the mayor. Brian Kemp obviously has worked well with the mayor. They just did together for FIFA, and we saw the success of that. What the mayor is saying is that, hey, as governor, we like events like this coming to the city, to the state. We love it. As governor, how can I be of help to keep them coming? What do you need, InvestFest? I'll be governor of Georgia after November. What do you need, InvestFest? What do you need any large conference or festival or anything to continue to come to Georgia? You know why he thinks like that? Because he's a businessman. And he understands that 20,000, 25,000, 100,000, 50,000, 10 million, anybody that comes to this state, whether it's on vacation, to film a movie, or to attend a conference on starting a business or growing a business, he fundamentally understands that's good for us here in Georgia. People spend money, they stay in hotels, they eat at our restaurants, and they use our services. He knows that's a good thing. Rick Jackson is running a campaign for the Republicans in the state of Georgia for governor that I've yet seen in my entire life of being a Republican and a conservative in this country. He is talking to and about everyone. Everyone. He's not leaving any stone unturned. And it's like Trump in 2015. Same thing. Everybody is a potential voter, and I'm going to talk to them. And if they decide not to vote for me, so be it. It won't be because I didn't invite them to join this campaign. It's awesome to watch, my friends. It is awesome to watch. And I hope other Republican candidates are paying attention. Let me read this to you. This is Rick Jackson, gubernatorial candidate for governor of Georgia on the Republican side, making a statement on what's going on with InvestFest. The world just witnessed what was possible in Georgia when the state works with its local partners to ensure important events are able to be held safely and to the benefit of our economy. InvestFest has proven for 5 years to be of great benefit to not just those who attend and learn how to start and grow a business, but also to the local vendors who feed, house, and support our visitors from across the country. I would be very interested in learning how, as governor, the state would be able to work to help keep InvestFest here in Georgia. Keep it going, Mr. Jackson. This is the most exciting campaign I've ever watched as an African-American conservative. I can tell you what I'm watching play out in this race I've been praying for the last 20 years. It's the Shelley Winter Show, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK.